So I'm gonna give you guys a sheet pan dinner that you can make in minutes. And we're gonna do it 2 ways. So I have 2 pounds of chicken or 2 pounds of shrimp. We're gonna make 2 sheet pans here at this house. For each pan of 2 pounds of protein of your choice, you're gonna need the zest and juice of 1 lemon. I am making double time here. So I have zested 2 lemons into the bowl, which is about a 1/4 cup of zest. For each recipe of 2 pounds of protein, you will need 4 cloves of garlic, which means I'm going to grate in 8. Always squeeze it cut side up so that the seeds stay with the lemon and don't fall into your dressing or your sauce. And then 1 teaspoon per batch of red pepper flake. So for a double batch, 2 teaspoons or about 2/3 of a palmful of red pepper flake. And 2 tablespoons of fresh or 2 teaspoons of dried of oregano. The equivalent for dry is 1/3 of what you use of fresh. Oregano can overpower everything, so I fine chop it and get it in there. Now, we're going to whisk in fancy olive oil. And per batch, you need about, 1/3 of a cup. So we're gonna do 2/3 to 3/4 of a cup here. We have our beautiful dressing. Hey, how come you didn't add salt and pepper, Rach? 2 reasons. We're using feta cheese. That's gonna add a lot of salt to the dish. And I already lightly salted and generously peppered both the chicken and the shrimp. The tomato I'm using is called a Campari tomato. Campari, like the liqueur that you use in Negronis, okay? You can also use large cherry tomatoes or just cherry tomatoes. It's fine. So here's the cool trick. 2 deli lids, both face up. 1 deli lid on top of the other. Sharp knife is key. You cut straight across. Boom, baby. Okay, Greek sheet pan chicken and Greek sheet pan shrimp is what we're doing. 2 pounds of chicken tenders. Onto a very large baking sheet lined with foil and parchment paper. There we go. Boop. Go. Half the tomatoes on the chicken pan. Half the tomatoes on the shrimp. Then what happens? John hits the camera on the roof, on the hood of the stove, the roof of the stove. Now, we take our dressing, half goes over each pan. Pull your sleeves up, ladies and gents. Get in there, mix it up, and spread it out. Same thing with the shrimp. And then nest in your feta. Big, beautiful chunks. And that's it. We put this in the oven. When it comes out, we're just gonna garnish it up and plate it up and char up some pita. So the last thing I'm doing here is chopping up lots of fresh flat leaf parsley to finish. This is for Mom and Maria. I'm just gonna cover half with parsley so you can still see how pretty it is. Let's take out the shrimp. Done the same way, we just swap the pans halfway through. And then all we need is some pita. Even when it's in front of my face, I burned the bread. Look at that. I burned the bread in front of my face. I am cursed. If John isn't watching the bread, it's a tragedy of epic proportion.